Ed Law Case, Bell versus Itwamba County School Board, A Look into Students' Free Speech by Amber DeRemus. This case revolves around Taylor Bell, a 18-year-old student who attended the Itwamba Agricultural High School in Mississippi. After hearing that several students had been the victim of unwanted attention from two coaches who worked at the school, including staring, coaches looking down their tops, and inappropriate touching, Bell decided to create a rap. In his rap, he accuses the two coaches of sexual misconduct. He uses coarse language and does reference a gun. Bell then uploaded this rap song to his personal Facebook and YouTube accounts. The school accused Bell of using profane language that was threatening and harassing towards teachers. Bell was suspended from attending further classes pending a disciplinary committee hearing. After the committee hearing, Bell was moved to an alternative high school for the rest of the semester. Bell decided to go to court and accused the school of denying him his First Amendment rights. Throughout this court case, Bell used several different defenses. He pointed out that he had created the rap off school grounds and used no school resources. Bell also points out that he did not violate the findings of Tinker versus Des Moines. In this case, it was found that students lose the ability to have free speech in schools when they are disruptive to the school or the educational process. This was an important piece of Bell's defense. He argued that the school offered no evidence that he encouraged students to listen, share, or discuss his work at school. Bell also stated that his accusations against the teachers were true, therefore there was no case for defamation. One large part of the case against Bell was his reference to a gun in his rap. The school argued that this was a threat to the teachers that he accused in his song. Bell does admit to using this reference in his song. However, he affirms that this was a mere foreshadowing of what could happen in a situation with coaches and sexual misconduct of underage students. Bell then goes on to offer evidence to the court written by several prominent rappers. It shows that rap music holds certain conventions, including the use of metaphor, references to violence, and exaggeration. Bell explains that these references shouldn't be taken literally, and in no way constitute an actual threat. This case took several twists and turns. Bell originally filed an action in the U.S. District Court for the Northern District of Mississippi. It was filed against the school board, the school superintendent, and its principal. Bell alleged that the disciplinary actions that the school took violated his First Amendment rights to free speech. The district court sided with the school because the recording amounted to harassment and intimidation of teachers and possible threats against teachers, causing a material or substantial disruption at school. The court concluded that the school acted reasonably as a matter of law in imposing the disciplinary action against Bell. Bell decided to appeal the decision. The U.S. Court of Appeals for the Fifth Circuit reversed the court's grant of summary judgment. It decided that the school board had violated Bell's First Amendment rights by imposing the punishment. The circuit court then granted an en bloc review of the decision. The review sided with the school board, upholding the original decision to punish Bell. This case was then submitted to the United States Supreme Court, who chose not to review the case. Many have wondered why the Supreme Court has decided not to weigh in on this important issue. The impact to schools and students in this case was to set a precedent that students' right to free speech is unprotected by the First Amendment, both in and out of schools, if there is an actual threat to kill or physically harm personnel and/or students of the school, there is an actual threat that is communicated to the school or its students or its personnel, the form of expression is going to disrupt school, or the school has a reasonable expectation that school will be disrupted by the form of expression. One thing that I found interesting and quite disturbing is that in court, Bell presented affidavits from 4 different students that corroborated his allegations against the coaches of sexual misconduct. These coaches were never investigated. Thank you for watching. For more information, please consult these references.